Start saving your money because 2020 promises to be one heck of a year. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most anticipated games of 2020. For this list, we'll be examining the video games that promise to release sometime in 2020. To be eligible for the list, the game must be confirmed for a 2020 release date. Therefore, upcoming games with a mere announcement and no discernible release date will not be included. Number 10. Halo Infinite.
We lost everything. There's nothing left for us here.
Interest in the Halo series has admittedly dwindled since 343 took the reins, as both Halo 4 and 5 were considered disappointments by general players. Serving as the third entry in the Reclaimer saga, Halo Infinite has been touted as a more human story with a much larger emphasis on Master Chief, so all of you who missed him in Halo 5 can rejoice. It's also being built with a new engine called Slipspace, which should help differentiate it from its rather lackluster predecessors. Granted, we do have some concerns about this one. For the reasons why, you'll want to check out our 2020 games that might suck list. Please prove us wrong, 343.
We need to run!
No, we need to fight.
Number 9. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. The Xbox One admittedly didn't have much quality exclusives, but it did have Ori and the Blind Forest, and that little gem went a long way. February 11th will see the final release of the much anticipated sequel. Unlike a lot of game sequels, this won't just be a rehash of the original, as the game promises a few tools to differentiate it from its predecessor. The game will employ autosaving rather than continuing the Soul Links tradition, and it will also employ a Hollow Knight-like shard system for upgrades. Lead developer Thomas Mahler has stated that it should be, quote, what Super Mario Bros. 3 was to the original Super Mario Bros., and that quote alone has us eagerly awaiting the endless dark and cold of February. Number 8. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Set to release on March 20th for the Switch, New Horizons will continue the series' gameplay staples, including real-time season changes based on the time of year, interior decorating, and fully customizable characters. However, it also promises to contain some exciting new elements, including a desert island setting, a crafting system, and non-restrictive outdoor decorating. Up to 8 online players will be able to occupy the same island, promising a unique multiplayer experience. With this game, the Switch looks to continue its rising dominance in the console market. Number 7. Half-Life: Alyx.
Alex?
Holy shit! New Half-Life game confirmed! Yes, it's not the Half-Life 3 we've been wanting since the last release all the way back in 2007, but honestly, I don't care.
Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
Half-Life is finally back, and it looks amazing with a modern coat of paint. I know some are concerned about this being a VR title, but you need to keep in mind that the first 2 Half-Life games were technological pioneers for video games. Valve has a reputation for making each major Half-Life title a trendsetter, and it looks like they might do it again. Does that mean Half-Life 3 will be played with holograms? I freaking hope so. Number 6. Doom Eternal. Doom was one of the biggest surprises of 2016, returning the series to the fast-paced, no-holds-barred action of old. Doom Eternal looks to continue the sheer pandemonium, only better. Like the old-school Doom 2, Doom Eternal will take place on Earth following a massive demonic invasion. A few new gameplay elements have also been introduced, including wall running, the Crucible Blade, and a meat hook attachment for the Super Shotgun. It will also feature an old-school live system rather than utilizing checkpoints, and the creative director has promised double the amount of demons. The game is set to release on March 20th, the same day as Animal Crossing. Ugh, my wallet. Number 5. Dying Light 2.
The city is a corpse, and we are the worms.
I speak from personal experience because I put at least 300 hours in the first Dying Light. Okay, I digress. In the horribly crowded zombie genre, Dying Light managed to make an impression thanks to a massive open world, freaky zombies, and a unique parkour mechanic. It was also a massive hit for Techland, leading to the development of a sequel which will release sometime in the first or second quarter of 2020.
Because when darkness comes, I might be gone.
The game stars a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, will utilize a brand new engine called C-Engine, and promises to be set in a city 4 times larger than the one found in the original game. And let me tell you, that was one big city. It will also feature a darker, more serious, and more engaging story, complete with multiple branching paths and unseen consequences for your actions and decisions.
At night, well, things tend to get a lot darker.
Number 4. Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Jill, over here!
After the amazing success of the Resident Evil 2 remake, giving the third game the same treatment seemed like a no-brainer. But honestly, we did not expect to see it this quickly. For those who never got to play the original title, Resident Evil 3's biggest strengths come from 2 key factors. It offered multiple branching narrative paths, and Jill Valentine was constantly being hunted down by the terrifying rocket launcher-wielding Nemesis. Considering how Mr. X stole the show for the Resident Evil 2 remake, we're simultaneously eager and terrified to see what they do with Mr. Stars. Oh, and did you know that Capcom recently updated Resident Evil 2 with Easter eggs for this game? Number 3. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Cloud, I have a favor to ask of you. Run away. You have to leave.
Let's be real here. This game has a lot to live up to. Not only is Final Fantasy VII one of the greatest video games ever made, but the hype for this ground-up remake is so through the roof it's practically in space. Demand for a remake has stretched as far back as 2005, but it wasn't until 2015 that development officially began.
You think he's a keeper?
Oh my god.
Like Resident Evil 2, the whole gameplay dynamic has changed, now utilizing a hack-and-slash combat system while still retaining the option for the classic ATB system. They also expanded on the original title, resulting in the overall game requiring multiple sub-games for release. While what we've seen so far only covers the Midgar portion of the story, it does look like we'll have a lot to look forward to with this chapter alone.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
So you can probably guess what our top 2 picks are. But before we reveal which game claims top honors, here are a few honorable mentions.
Stronger than you think!
Hunt in packs.
When gods need help, they turn to you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Last of Us Part 2 and Cyberpunk 2077.
V, my man, you made it. You blowing up all over the news.
Okay, it's way too close of a call here. Try as we might, we honestly can't decide or figure out which of these games is more anticipated. both have monumental expectations to live up to, seeing as how both The Last of Us and The Witcher 3 are two of the greatest games ever made, and both look to be more expansive and ambitious than their predecessors, not to mention they're being helmed by two of the greatest developers in the industry right now, Naughty Dog and CD Projekt Red respectively. The Last of Us 2 looks to be more visceral while mature in its story themes and gameplay, as Ellie falls down a rabbit hole of a revenge killing spree. On the other hand, Cyberpunk 2077 is poised to be one of the most densely packed open worlds we've ever seen, promising insane levels of customization and branching paths. Whether it's roaming a post-apocalyptic landscape and dealing with zombies, or living your life in the futuristic cyberpunk-themed Night City, the spring of 2020 should prove to be a fantastic time for gaming. Too bad about our wallets, though.
What the hell are you doing here?
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.